most of us have a running list of shoulds and supposed tos living within us. I should be more productive. I shouldn't feel this way. I'm supposed to have it more together by now. I'm not supposed to struggle or be vulnerable or imperfect or needy or human. The pressure of it is immense. And what makes it so insidious is that often we don't even notice it or question it. We just believe it. It becomes the water we swim in and the lens through which we see ourselves. I often say that in my early life, I burnt myself out chasing goals that weren't even mine. There was so much pressure to be this perfect, non-feeling, needless, super productive good girl. And I just lost touch with my own needs, feelings, and desires so completely that I wouldn't have known where to begin looking for them. So I just kept striving and pushing through, and it burned me out so deeply that I eventually had no choice but to stop and ask myself, whose life am I actually living? And I think so many of us know that feeling. And here's what took me a long time to understand about these patterns. Our shoulds and supposed tos don't just live in our conscious thoughts. They live much deeper than that, woven into our nervous systems, our bodies, and our subconscious interpretations of everything that happens to us. They quietly shape what we believe we deserve, how much love and safety and joy we allow ourselves to receive, and how we feel about ourselves at the most fundamental level. And because they live that deep, we often can't think our way out of them, no matter how much awareness we have or how hard we try. That's why so many of us have spent years knowing we're shoulding on ourselves and still not being able to stop. And that's why today's meditation works at the somatic or body level rather than just the level of thought. Telling ourselves to just stop shoulding or trying to replace our inner critic with positive affirmations doesn't create lasting change. We have to go deeper if we want real change. So in this meditation, we'll be using a somatic emotional processing technique called Regenerating Images in Memory, or RIM, which helps us drop beneath the surface of the conscious mind and connect with what's actually being held in our bodies and our psyches. It's a tender and deeply effective process, and my hope is that it begins to reconnect you with who you actually are beneath all of the shoulds and supposed tos. Welcome to Somatic Healing Meditations, the podcast that helps you regulate your nervous system, deepen your healing journey, and feel better in your body. I'm Karenna with Hello Inner Light, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm a somatic healing coach who specializes in compassionate, body-centered processing that helps you heal the wounds that are holding you back. So if that's the kind of content you need more of in your life, please subscribe to this podcast and join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self. And before we drop into today's meditation, I want to share something I'm truly excited about. My Somatic Self-Love Retreat in Costa Rica is happening again in January 2027, and early bird pricing is available right now. It's a chance to step out of the noise and cultivate a relationship with yourself that's softer, kinder, and more grounded in compassion through deep somatic healing work and meditations on the beach. And the setting is truly magical as well. I would love for you to join me. And as always, you're invited to enroll in my free mini course, the Feel It to Heal It mini course. In 5 mini lessons, it can help you drop in, deepen your compassionate self-understanding, and immerse yourself even more in this somatic healing paradigm. You can find all of the info for either of these offerings in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here, And thank you for supporting my small, woman-owned business. It truly means the world to me. Now, before we dive into this uninterrupted meditation, here's a quick word from the sponsors that make all this free content possible. Now, let's dive into this somatic meditation to release your shoulds and supposed tos. So, finding a time and a space where it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes and turn your attention within. And with your eyes closed, just begin to bring a little more awareness to your breath. So perhaps you can feel the air moving in and out through your nostrils. Perhaps you can feel the natural and effortless rise and fall of your chest and tummy that gently happens with every inhale and every exhale. And that may be a very small movement, and you don't have to make it bigger unless you want to. You can just feel it. Just feel the rhythmic movement. And gently on your next breath, imagine that you could breathe in through your heart and out through your belly button. Even imagining that you could feel the space or the distance between your heart and your belly button. Imagining on your next breath that you could breathe in through your throat and out through your shoulders on both sides. And again, imagining that you could feel the space or the distance between your throat and your shoulders. Imagining on your next breath that you could breathe in through your right ear and out through your left elbow. Feeling the space or the distance between those 2 points. Breathing in through your left ear and out through your right elbow. Feeling the space or the distance. And then gently imagining that you could breathe in through your knees and out through the soles of your feet. And again, feeling the space or the distance between your knees and your feet. And then just breathing in and out through your heart as your awareness drops deeper and deeper within. Now, for this somatic meditation, you're going to think of a should or a supposed to, or a situation where you feel pressure to be anything other than yourself. So bring that should or supposed to mind. And as you bring that to mind, your body is going to have a reaction. So just feel what happens in your body as you think of this should or this supposed to. And where do you feel this reaction in your body the most? Is it more on the right or the left? Is it more deep or superficial? Is it moving or still? And you may have answers to all of these questions, or you may not. But that's okay. These questions are just helping you go deeper, whether you get answers or not. There's no way to do this wrong. Now notice the size of this reaction, like how much space does it take up within or around you? Noticing the height, width, thickness, and shape of this reaction in your body. Does this reaction have a color or a quality or an image associated with it? And just noticing anything else that you notice about this reaction. Again, there's no way to do this wrong. And we're going to do more work with this reaction to do some real processing, healing, and releasing. But before we do that, your imagination is going to call forward a virtual resource to be here with you. And a virtual resource is like a guide or an angel or a friend or an animal. It's really anyone or anything that is safe, loving, and powerful. So see who shows up to be here with you. And if no one shows up to be here with you, just know that you're surrounded by your circle of guardians. And just feel what it's like to have this virtual resource or this circle of guardians with you. And just know that they'll be with you every step of the way. As you explore this should, this supposed to, as you go deeper, your virtual resource will be with you every step of the way. And now bring your awareness back to that reaction in your body. The size, the color, the texture, whatever it is that you noticed. And now with your virtual resource or your circle of guardians by your side every step of the way, your imagination just takes your awareness into that reaction. It's like you become that reaction, you become the color, the quality, the shape, the size. You know what it knows, you feel what it feels. And you look out through its perspective. So being this reaction. And as this reaction, you're going to let your words come forward and just finish the following sentences. So as this reaction, you're just going to say, what it's like to be me inside this should or supposed to is. Breathing and feeling even more. And speaking as this reaction, just finishing this sentence. The pressure I feel here is. Breathing and feeling and going even deeper. And as this reaction, you're just going to say, What I'm most tired of is. Breathing and feeling. Letting your words come forward, you're just gonna say, honestly, what this should or supposed to is costing me is. Breathing and feeling more. And as this reaction, finishing this sentence, I'd feel so much more free if I could. Breathing, feeling, letting your words come forward. Just finish this sentence. How it would feel if I could just be my authentic self is. Breathing, feeling, and finishing this sentence. What I know about my authentic self is. Breathing and feeling, and finishing this sentence. How it feels to know that about my authentic self is. And now, just begin to sense your authentic self within your body. And maybe you already are sensing your authentic self a little bit more and a little bit more through answering these questions or finishing these sentences. But if you're not, your virtual resource can help you sense that. You're just beginning to sense something that feels authentic or true within you. And how do you notice or sense your authentic self within? Where do you feel it the most within or around you right now? And how would you describe it, or what descriptive words would feel right? Does your authentic self have a color or a quality that you notice? And again, there's no way to do this wrong. You're just noticing whatever you're noticing, sensing your authentic self a little bit more and a little bit more. And now just drawing closer to your authentic self. No matter how you notice it or what you sense about it, you just draw closer to it. You get to know it a little bit more. And drawing closer to your authentic self, just finish these sentences. How it feels to be more connected to my authentic self is. Breathing and feeling. Letting your words come forward, just finish this sentence. What I'm realizing about this should or supposed to now is. Breathing and feeling and speaking, and just finish this sentence. how it feels to realize this is. And now just speaking anything else that wants to be spoken until that feels complete. And when that feels complete, just take a quiet moment to notice how you feel now. Feeling the rhythmic movement of your breath. And noticing your whole body. What's shifted within? What feels different and what looks different to you now? And how do you want to relate to this should or supposed to moving forward? And just know this is all a part of you now. Any shifts, any healing, any realizations you had, it's now part of your body, your cells, your heart, and your mind. And it will be with you as you walk forward. And remember that you can return to this meditation for more clarity around your authentic path forward anytime you want. And now just ask your body if there's anything else it wants or needs before we bring this to a close. And just listen for any answer it gives you. And now, whenever you feel ready and in your own timing, your unconscious mind is going to let you know that all of this is fully integrated into your cellular memory and your emotional memory by bringing full feeling and weight back into your arms and legs, fingers and toes, and spontaneously opening your eyes. Great work. So I'm curious, how was that meditation for you today? What shifted within, and what do you understand now about your shoulds and supposed tos that you didn't understand before? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as a reminder, early bird pricing is available right now for my somatic self-love retreat in Costa Rica. It's truly a beautiful opportunity to step out of the noise of everyday life and do this kind of deep somatic healing in a supported and nourishing environment. You can find all of the details at the link in the show notes. And if you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to the podcast and also rate and review it. You could also send this episode to a friend who you think would enjoy it. And don't forget to join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self.